everybody, today we're reacting to Thomas and Friends' Runaway Railcar, so let's get started.
He was having trouble building up
Down for a
steam.
second so I can clean my glasses.
You must go to the works, Thomas. Probably just some faulty tubes we can easily fix.
And Edward came to take Thomas away.
Oh, poor Thomas.
Cheer up. You'll be back in service in no time.
Still, Thomas is like, why me? His face is like, why me?
The Fat Controller brought Bogo to help while Thomas was away, and Mavis also lent a hand with the goods work. Daisy sometimes had to pull rolling stock as well, if the other engines were too busy. She didn't mind pulling coaches like Henrietta, but one thing she hated more than ever were trucks.
Thomas has got quite fine coaches.
Annie and Clarabelle were flattered.
Oh, we do like him.
Indeed, but the idea of pulling your passengers is getting obsolete.
Isn't that the definition of a train?
What I mean is, with more diesel rail cars like...
I never liked Daisy. Like, Daisy was, to me, she was always stuck up. In fact, leave in the comments below, who is your least favorite engine in Thomas the Tank Engine? For me, it's Daisy.
Me, the passengers would be in the locomotive, and there'd be no need for fussing about shunting coaches.
Oh, do excuse me. I must go. Must get these passengers to their destination.
Ah, I get them to their destination, and precisely on time as well. Later, Daisy was resting in the shed when the Fat Controller came looking very anxious.
Daisy, please do me a huge favor and take some trucks from Farquhar to the quarry. There's a shortage and they need more. Would you do that, please?
Daisy glared. Trucks? Sir, can't Mavis do it?
Mavis is extremely busy. Thomas would normally do this job.
What about Percy?
Just do it, please.
Yeah, I agree.
Daisy?
Like, although I'll admit, we all had that one task we didn't want to do. I mean, there are times I don't want to take up recycling, but
Raoul
I gotta do it.
scuttled to Farquhar. There were only 5 trucks, but they were very old and dirty. Daisy was disgusted. Trucks! The indignity. She coupled up to the trucks
Copying
and
Gordon
headed
now,
off
are
to a
we?
Nova quarry. It's a very short distance from Farquhar to the quarry, but engines have to go very slow because the railway is old and extremely windy. At first, only engines with cowcatchers could ride on it, as Thomas found out with a policeman. But the law has since changed because most farmers nowadays are smart enough not to let their livestock roam around near a quarry. Daisy enjoyed the line, but she did not like going slow, especially while pulling dirty trucks.
Oh, yeah.
At this speed, we'll be at the quarry by Christmas. Come on, driver, this is pathetic. Now, Daisy, you know the speed limit is 25 miles per hour. Besides, we're almost there.
Daisy needs to grow
growled
up.
as she strolled over the magnificent stone bridge. At last, she reached the quarry. Mavis was pleased to see her, but was too busy shunting to say hello. The foreman spoke to Daisy's driver.
Thanks for bringing these, but could you shunt them onto the other line so Mavis can put them in the mine shaft? Will do.
Daisy's driver was in a hurry to get the job done. He jumped into Daisy's cab, pulled the reverser.
I don't know why Daisy kind of reminds me a little bit of me. Like, there are times I'm like, I just want to get this done so I can relax, but I'm trying not to be that type of person anymore.
Take dogs
and
out.
accidentally put the
What
throttle
the heck?
to
I turned the
maximum.
notifications off.
He didn't realize this and leaned out of the door to watch.
All honesty, I turned the notifications off, so I don't know what the heck happened. Maybe it's a glitch in the checklist. I don't know. I turned alarm system off, so I don't know what happened.
where Daisy was going. Then it happened. He suddenly realized the throttle was on full, but then lost his balance and fell out of Daisy. Daisy kept going on without him.
Uh-oh!
No. Oh, crap.
Help! Runaway train!
But Daisy had already left the quarry and raced faster
We got a runaway train! We got a runaway
and
train!
faster down the line, and the guard had already left the brake van. Contact Farquhar! Quickly! She'll derail on the quarry line going that fast around the bends. Fortunately, Daisy didn't, but she was extremely frightened when she whipped around them. Dear God! Woo! The trucks were delighted.
This isn't funny!
Workmen waited at the station to jump onto Daisy and stop her. However, they didn't know how fast she was actually going.
Here she comes. Get ready.
But Daisy was going so fast that when the workmen tried to jump on her footplate, they bounced off like bouncy balls and injured themselves.
What are you trying to do? Dent me?
Look at Trevor's like, Trevor's face is like, what's going on? Was that Birdie?
Daisy rocketed by Boko with Annie and Clarabelle.
Oh my goodness! What are you doing, Daisy?
Having a very frightening experience, that's for sure. All trains on the branch line were halted and diverted into sidings. Percy and Gordon sat waiting at Elsbridge.
The runaway? Probably another line of trucks who someone forgot to couple. No little demons. And delaying my train because of them too.
Or it could be a...
Help! Look at their faces!
What on earth?
Funny thing is, they assumed it was the trucks, which usually it is. It's usually the troublesome trucks, but this time it was not.
Good Lord!
The diesel.
There was no way to stop Daisy by jumping on, so when the Fat Controller heard the news, he hatched a plan.
What's his plan?
I know. Henry and James are just outside.
The Fat Controller rushed out of his office into the station.
Leave your trains here. I need your help.
And the engines were positioned according to plan.
Let me get this straight. You want us to act like buffers? Like Daisy would crash into us at full speed?
With all due respect, sir, I think it would be easier to simply have an engine chase Daisy and grab her with a rope, like Edward did to me. You were only going like 40 miles per hour, and you weren't pulling anything.
Edward's right.
Yeah.
Daisy could be going about 100, and she's probably already past... Oh, God. Here she comes. Go backwards, so the impact won't be as strong.
The Fat Controller quickly leapt into Henry's cab, and the engines reversed.
Brace for impact!
Oh, come on. You've got to be kidding.
Okay, I think Daisy should be a little grateful that she's getting help at all. It could be worse. She could go into the ocean and keep driving. That would be funny to see. I'm sorry. Imagine her just falling into the ocean, then she's like, I'm underwater and I'm still driving! I'm just saying, that'd be funny.
Henry and James put every ounce of steel into their brakes, but Daisy was still going too fast.
Go on! Use your brakes! We're trying!
Eventually, they reached the Little Western, but still weren't slowing down enough. Oh, it's useless. I'm going into the brake van. The driver climbed out, made his way among Henry's boiler as they thundered for Tidmouth Halt. The driver then climbed onto the brake van. All right, 1, 2, 3! The driver slammed on the brakes. The engines braked so hard that sparks flew from the wheels. The train slowed down slowly, and judging his moment, Henry's driver leapt out of the brake van onto the ground, then jumped into Daisy's cab.
Well, at least they got the train to stop.
At last, the train came to a complete stop. The engines were all exhausted.
Woo!
And we have officially stopped.
The crew all cheered. The engines were too exhausted to say anything, but made a feeble smile. The Fat Controller leapt down.
Sorry, guys, I literally...
Well done, Henry and
Kiana,
James.
remember to
And
add in
Daisy,
any tasks
this
you
was
did today
purely
that
an
were not listed.
accident, so you are not to blame. But we must not let this happen again, needless to say.
That's true.
That's a relief. Just then, Edward arrived. I've got no work right now, so I can take those trucks of yours back to the quarry.
That would be much appreciated, Edward.
Also, Thomas has been repaired, so he'll be back tomorrow. So there'll be
Good.
no more trucks for you to check. You don't mind, do you?
Oh, please. Trucks are dirty and smelly. I'm highly sprung, and anything smelly is bad for your swerves. We know it.
Funny thing is, at work, I have to do stuff like take out garbage and stuff like that. I don't find it smelly. I think it's not that bad, but you get what I mean. Okay, well, that's today's episode, guys. I'll see you all in the next video. This is Cabra 101 signing out. Adios, everybody.